Silver! Away!
Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Ho Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Where we ride, Kimasabi?
We're going to a wedding, Tonto.
A wedding?
Yes, a wedding in Laredo.
That long way to go just for wedding. 3, maybe 4-day ride.
I know, but this is a very special wedding, old friend. The final chapter in a story that began many years ago. I'll tell you about it as we go, but now we have some hard writing to do, so let's move. Ride, Silver!
Up, Scout!
Hi-Ho Silver! Away!
Campfire burn good.
Sure feels good. Gets mighty chilly out here in the plains at night. And nobody makes a better cup of java than you, old friend.
You tell me about wedding now, Kimasabi?
Yes, Tonto. It's a story I'll never forget. It began many years ago when I was a Texas Ranger, looking for an outlaw named Bart Durand. Wanted for cattle rustling, bank robbery, and just about every crime in the book. I was traveling north into Kansas when I caught up with a cattle drive coming up from Texas along the old Chisholm Trail.
Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Come along, boys, and listen to my tale. Tell you of my trouble on the old Chisholm Trail. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Well, I started up the trail October 23rd. Started up the trail with the big ewe herd. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Woke up one morning on the old Chisholm Trail, a rope in my hand and a cow by the tail. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Now old Ben Bolt was a blame good boss. He'd go to court the gals on a sore-back horse. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Well, it's beans and a bacon every day. I'll soon be eating that prairie hay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Well, it's cloudy in the west, looking like rain. My darned old slicker's in the wagon again. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Well, I jumped in the saddle, I grabbed the horn. The best darn cowboy that ever was born. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Oh, well, I went to the boss to draw my roll. He had me figured out $40 in the hole. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. So I'll sell my outfit fast as I can. I won't punch cattle for no darn man. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. With my knees in the saddle, my feet in the sky. Quit punching cattle in the sweet by and by. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay, yippee, yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
It was near a little town called Cimarron. The cowhands were so busy getting the herd settled down for the night, I figured it wasn't the right time to ask any questions about Durand. Instead, I headed on into town. And that night I dropped in on the only place in town where the men could go for a little fun and relaxation, the Cow Palace Saloon, to see what I could find out. Nobody seemed to know anything about Bart Durand, or if they did, they weren't talking. They were too busy singing and hollering and laughing and just plain whooping it up.
As I was lumbering down the street, down the street, down the street, a handsome gal I chanced to meet, for she was fair to view. Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I'd like to make that gal, my wife, gal, my wife, gal, my wife. I'd be happy all my life if I had her by me. Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? As I was lumbering down the street, down the street, down the street, a handsome gal I chanced to meet, for she was fair to view. Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? I'd like to make that gal my wife, gal my wife, gal my wife. I'd be happy all my life if I had her by me. Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out?
That's when I first met Johnny. Johnny Willow. Hello there. Mind if I sit down at this table?
It's a free country.
He was sitting off by himself and didn't look very happy. But I introduced myself, and after a while he loosened up and poured out a tale of woe.
And after each drive, I end up deeper and deeper in the hole. So I'm through punching cows. Gonna try something else. Maybe railroading.
Great future in it. The Union Pacific going west from Omaha has just joined up with the Central Pacific coming east from Frisco. And now for the first time, trains are rolling coast to coast, like the Great Wabash Cannonball.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the green and flowing mountains to the south belt by the shore. She's mighty tall and handsome and known quite well by all. She's a modern combination called the Wabash Cannonball. She pulled into Birmingham one cold December day. As she slipped into the station, you could hear all the people say, there's a girl from Tennessee, she's long and she's tall. She's a combination called the Wabash Cannonball. Our eastern states are dandies, so the western people say. From New York to St. Louis and Chicago, by the way. From the hills of Minnesota, where the rippling waters fall, no chances can be taken on the Wabash Cannonball. Here's to Daddy Claxton, may his name forever stand. He'll always be remembered in the courts throughout the land. His earthly race is over and the curtain around him fall. We'll carry him home to Dixie on the Wabash Cannonball.
Railroading. Yeah, that's for me. Beats cowpunching any day. Gonna get me a job on the railroad where there's a chance to get ahead.
I hear they're hiring people over in Dodge City, not far from here. I'm riding that way myself in the morning. Wouldn't mind having some company.
You got it, friend.
Maybe we'd better turn in early and get a good night's sleep. But as we got up and started walking toward the door,
Hey, who do you think you're pushing?
better step aside, friend. I got no quarrel with you.
Oh, yeah? Nobody pushes me around.
It was clear the stranger, a rough-looking character, was deliberately picking a fight, and he was just about to take a swing at me when
Look out, Ranger, on the balcony!
I hit the floor and looked up in time to see the man on the balcony fall over the railing to the floor below. Johnny had got him with one shot. We walked over and looked at the body, but didn't recognize him. It wasn't Durand. Thanks, Johnny. You saved my life.
He was gonna gun you down while the other one was trying to get you into a fight. Hey, where's the other man?
He's disappeared.
Think they were working for the man you're after, Bart Durand?
Yes, and I'm afraid you've made a dangerous enemy, Johnny. Durand's the kind that never forgets.
Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself.
After we got to Dodge City, I didn't see Johnny again for a few months. I'd been all over Kansas and up into Nebraska trailing Durand, but never catching up with him. Then I heard he'd been seen in Oklahoma, so I headed south. That's when I came across Johnny again, working on a railroad construction crew, laying down track for a new line. Nice to see you again, Johnny. How do you like your new work?
Swinging a hammer all day isn't much different than sitting in the saddle all day. You just get your blisters in a different place.
I see what you mean.
And when payday comes, I'm not much better off than I was before.
What do you plan to do?
I think I'll get me a horse and saddle and get on back to my wife and baby.
Your wife and baby? You didn't tell me you were married.
Most beautiful girl you ever saw, and the sweetest. Too good for someone like me.
There's a yellow rose in Texas that I am gonna see. No other feller knows her, not half as much as me. She cried so when I left her that it like to broke her heart. And if we ever meet again, we never more will part. She's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your clementines and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose in Texas is the only girl for me. Where the Rio Grande is flowing, the stars are shining bright. We walked along the river on a summer's night. She said, if you remember, we parted long ago. You promised to return and never leave me so. She's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You can talk about your clementines and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose in Texas is the only girl for me.
songs together we sang so long ago. We'll pick the banjo gaily and sing the songs of yore. And the yellow rose in Texas, she'll be mine forevermore. She's the sweetest little rosebud that Texas ever knew. Her eyes are bright as diamonds, they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your Valentine and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose in Texas is the only girl for me.
Mary and me got married 2 years ago and settled down a little farm near the Red River. But I couldn't make a go of it. Just wasn't cut out to be a farmer. When little Cindy was born, I figured I had to leave if I wanted to make enough money to meet the bank payments on my home in the valley.
From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. Oh, they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu, but remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy that loved you so true. Think of the valley you're leaving. Oh, how lonely, how sad it will be. Oh, think of the fond hearts that you're breaking and the grief you are causing to me. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy that loved you so true.
I began to feel concerned about Johnny. He was a good kid, but like his name, Johnny Willow, he tended to bend too much with the breeze. So a few days later, when he quit the railroad to go down Red River Way, I decided to ride along with him.
It's good to be breathing the air of Texas again, and it's going to be great to be with my family again. The farm is just over this hill. Let's go.
The sight that greeted us as we rode over the hill would make your blood run cold.
My house, burnt to the ground. Mary, Cindy, oh, Lord.
We raced down to the house and searched through the rubble, but found no trace of his wife and daughter. The ashes were still warm. Johnny, look at these hoof marks. 4 horses heading south. Maybe,
Johnny! Johnny!
Mary, you're all right. And the baby, I was so worried.
There were 4 of them. They came last night, but I heard them coming and hid in the woods with Cindy.
did you get a look at any of them?
No, but they called their leader Bart.
Bart Durand.
Durand. I'll get him if it's the last thing I do.
No, Johnny. You take care of Mary and Cindy. I'll take care of Durand. This was the closest I'd ever been on the outlaw's trail, and I wasn't about to let him get away. I mounted up and went after him.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
But he was clever, and it was a full month later before I finally closed in on him. It was in Laredo. As I rode up the main street, I noticed 4 horses tied up in front of the saloon, across the street from the town's only bank. I stopped, and I was tying up my horse when...
Come on, let's get out of here.
It was Bart Durand and his men. They had just held up the bank, and the only thing between them and their horses and freedom was me. All right, Durand, throw down your guns and get your hands up.
I'll make a deal with you, Ranger. There are 4 of us and only 1 of you. You haven't got a chance. So why don't you just step aside and we'll just ride off nice and easy like.
No deal, Durand. Go for your gun.
It was Johnny coming out of the saloon behind me, and in a flash, guns were blazing all over the place. When it was over, Durand and his men lay dead, and Johnny lay dying on a dusty little street in that dusty little town in Texas.
As I walked out on the streets of Laredo, as I walked out on Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy all wrapped in white linen, all wrapped in white linen, as cold as the clay. Beat the drum slowly, play the pipe lowly, play the death march as you carry me along. Take me to the green valley, lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. There is another more dear than a sister. She'll bitterly weep when she hears I am gone. And if some other man ever wins her affections, don't mention my name, and my name will pass on.
Ranger,
I'm here, Johnny.
Mary and the baby. Promise me you'll take care of them.
Don't worry, Johnny. I promise.
I should never have left them.
Take me to the green valley, lay the sod o'er me, for I'm a young cowboy and I know I've done wrong. Get 6 jolly cowboys to carry my coffin. Get 6 pretty maidens to sing me a song. Put bunches of roses all over my coffin, roses to laden the clods when they fall. We beat the drum slowly, play the pipe lowly, we bitterly wept as we bore him along. Down in the green valley, we laid the sod o'er him, just a young cowboy who's surely gone wrong.
Well, Tonto, that's about it. Johnny's wife, never in good health, passed away a little later, and that left Cindy in my care.
That's a sad story, Kimasabi.
But it has a happy ending, Tonto, and you and I are going to be there to enjoy it.
The wedding, Kimasabi?
Right, Tonto. I saw to it that little Cindy had a good home to grow up in. And now she's 18 years old and about to marry a fine young man. It'll be the biggest, finest, happiest wedding Laredo has ever seen, with the whole town invited. And somehow, Johnny Willow will know that I kept my promise.
And I now pronounce you man and wife. And let the party begin.
Silver.